This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Kellogg's Variety Pack, the cereal variety pack. I always loved those when I was a kid because this was the only opportunity for my sister and I to actually get our hands at some brand cereal, some brand breakfast cereal. We would always have these discount knockoffs from Aldi or Lidl or wherever, you know. Can't get this opened up. Now this is the part I have to cut out. That was quite embarrassing, not being able to open up something like this. We would always have the knockoff discount versions from Aldi or Lidl or wherever. And this way, with these variety packs that were usually on sale when we bought them, well, when our parents bought them, I would have a little bit of taste of what other people had to eat. So let's get the packaging out of the way. What have we got here? So we've got our cornflakes, our classic ones. I know those. I actually found I don't know if it was the Aldi or Lidl ones. Aldi and Lidl have got their own cornflakes, of course, basic ones, and I actually found those better than the one from Kellogg's, which is quite interesting. Now the Kellogg's Frosties, those were also pretty good, the discount variants. Not much of a difference in taste, ever since I can remember. Then we've got the Cocoa Pops. Yeah, there was a different animal on the Aldi branded ones. I do remember that. I never had a monkey on my cornflakes. Then we've got the Meal Pops. Never actually had those, at least I can't remember. Maybe something similar with the new allergens. And hang on, is there English on there? No. So but I guess you know what that means, you know. And Cocoa Pops, Chocos or Cocos, I don't know. I know these ones as well, but I've got an association not with an ape, but with a giraffe on the packaging. So that's that. But we've got 5 different ones. So let's set this over here. We've got our little bowl right here. I've got milk. And we're going to try every single one of these out. So I guess we start with the cornflakes, then we go over to the Frosties, because those are simple as well. Then the Cocoa Pops, then the we take the Meal Pops in the center. Then we go to the Cocoa Pops, and then to the Cocoa Pops, Cocoa Pops Choco, Cocoa, whatever. Let's open this up. A nice tearing perforation up here. Yeah, I do remember these little plastic bags. A lot of dust at the bottom right here. Let's open this up. What does it smell like? I guess like cornflakes, hopefully. Yes, it does smell very much like cornflakes, like very simple cornflakes. I suppose that's what they are supposed to resemble. Too much suppose in one sentence. But a slight bit of plasticky smell coming from that as well. So I'll set the, where do I put I'll put it there. You can see, yeah, they're quite thin. Very basic cornflakes. I want to excuse myself for the dirty fingernails. The lock picking set just arrived and I tried that out. And then I tried it on a different lock on the outside of the garage. But that lock was kind of seized because it's been left open in the rain, and then I put some WD-40 on there and put the key in and out and scrape out some of the grime that sat in there and some of the corrosion, and now all my fingers are a bit dirty, a bit too dirty for a food review, but don't really come to my channel for any appetizing views, do you? Let's try one of these. Very plain. So let's pour some milk on these. Oh, that was almost enough. I've heard that some people eat like cornflakes with water. I always found that to be a bit weird. Maybe it's got a lot of, you know, flavour inside of some milk powder, but regular cornflakes with water. That sounds like a prison meal. Well, I guess tastes vary. We shouldn't eat that much, drink that much milk, shouldn't we, either? Save the environment and the cows. Okay, now the properly not reconstituted, the properly milked cornflakes are going in. So the portion size of cornflakes, well, it tastes very much like regular cornflakes. There's nothing to it. I will reassemble my desk decorations right here, I guess. Not one of the most professional YouTube creators, probably among the most unprofessional on the entire site. But I've got to say, yeah, I always enjoyed very plain cornflakes like that. It's nothing special. It's unless you buy Kellogg's brand ones, it's quite cheap, and well, it gets you started for the day. Mix them up with a few Frosties, not entirely full of Frosties, because usually that's a bit too sweet. Just you know, a quarter or a third of Frosties, and the rest with the regular cornflakes. Really perfect mix, in my opinion. I'm not going to wash out that. It's, we are doing this non-scientifically, so yeah. We'll just take a look at what's inside and disregard that slight measuring error, contemplating error, thinking error of mine. We'll disregard that. So those are the regular ones in the packet. Got the same weird plasticky smell, but they don't really smell of much. They smell of less than the regular cornflakes, which is weird. I guess you can't really smell sugar, but I expected something a bit different than that. This is one of the individual flakes. There is another one. Yeah, I do like the looks of them. They look like the surface of the moon sometimes, depending on when you've got a very like plain one with those craters and bubbles on top. It looks very much like what I imagined the surface of the moon to look like up close. Now, what do they taste like? You know what that tastes like? Exactly like Kellogg's Frosties. And the milk is, well, the udder is depleted. Oh, that's disgusting. I've got another one, fresh out of another plastic and carton udder. Disgusting again. I'm sorry for that. Now they look nice. Something that I always love with these Frosties or the you know, knockoff ones is that the milk, when you've eaten up the flakes, is so incredibly sweet. It's lovely. And now that the sugary surface of them is kind of, you know, washed away, or is going into the solution, the sugar into the milk, they look very much like the regular cornflakes. But let's give them a taste test as well. Now the Frosties are fine, absolutely fine, very much like the knockoffs, and in conclusion, up to this point, I can only say that this video, up to this point, has been entirely pointless, because most of you are probably knowing these regular products better than I do. But now we're getting to the more interesting stuff, the meal pops. I don't recall having these ever before. They look quite interesting. Maybe I did have a knockoff product. When I see these, I kind of think of a very artificial aftertaste, an unpleasant one, but I can't really nail it down on a particular event that I can connect that to. So maybe I have had them before, maybe I haven't. I do not really know. Let's place it up here on the milk carton. Can I make it so that... No. Okay, we've got one spot left. This is for the yellow ape. The other one has to be, you know, seated on the floor, I guess. This is what those look like in the packet. Oh yeah, and the same plasticky smell is prevalent once more. But they look, well, they look very, not really eventful, I could say. Very plain, just like weird corn balls. Yeah, not really exciting. not really colourful. You'd think that they would be like golden colored, but they aren't really all that much. And it looks like they've got some kind of coating on there as well. Maybe some kind of sugar coating. Maybe is there actual honey in here? Doesn't it say that? Oh, there's UK. Oh, it's called Elegance. Oh. I'm sorry about that. Barley, milk, soy may contain gluten from other cereals. Barley, milk and soy? Where is the honey? Am I missing something? No, that's just the best before. Hang on. Barley, milk and soy. I don't get it. No, I do not get that. Okay, it doesn't really smell of anything. Let's try one dry. Well, in the dry state there is well, maybe I'm just imagining things, but there is maybe a very slight taste of honey in there. I don't know. Like the only honey kind of things that I know from Kellogg's are the what's it called, smacks with that little bee with the cap. I know that, but we never had as children the smacks. Maybe once or twice. All the other times it was honey wheat, which I think is the Aldi knockoff of original Kellogg's smacks. Not weed, but whiskey, hotel, echo, alpha, tango, spelled that way, the wheat. Okay, let's milk them up. Milk them up, that sounds so weird. For the little balls, they do not really seem to soak up the milk very well. Well, I guess they're made that way. I'll try these and let you know how they are. So, just as I expected, there is a weird chemical taste to it. It's weird because it doesn't really taste very natural. It doesn't taste of what you think about when you've got like honey pops. I think that's what meal is called, right? M-I-E-L. And there's a bee on the bloody thing with a bee flying goggles and such. I think that this is supposed to be like honey stuff. Wasn't there like a honey? Yeah, nah, there you go. I'm not entirely stupid, but I don't really know why it does taste slightly of honey, because apparently there's no honey in here. No, maybe they've got like soy that tastes like honey. Weird genetically engineered soy. Maybe it's great in that genetically engineered soy, or maybe it's just the power of association from something that you eat to something that you have seen. I don't know. Or there is so little honey in there that they don't even have to put it on the box. Maybe that's the most compelling argument in that regard. Okay, they are very small. Maybe I did have them before. They look a bit like food for rabbits. Yeah. There's rabbit food that looks almost exactly like that. Just not like brown for chocolate, but green with like greens in there. Who would have guessed? I tried some rabbit food back in the day, and I expected it to be, you know, just very bland altogether, but it actually was quite spicy. Well, not really spicy, but there's like these oils and what are they called? Alkaloids in the vacuole, I don't know the English words for that, of the plant cells, and it was quite sharp, a bit like onions, but in a weird way. I didn't expect that. I always thought that rabbits only ate like bland stuff like grass and not really spicy stuff. Okay, now we've got the plasticky smell once more, but this time there's some chocolate smell being added to that, or some cocoa smell, I should say. Now it does look like little cocoons of insects that you really want to get rid of around the house. Now that I've said that, I'm not really craving these anymore. try some of those dry. Okay, they taste alright though. Yeah, very distinct cocoa flavour. Very distinct. Very pleasant actually. You know, the Frosties weren't really exciting. I mean, the regular cornflakes certainly aren't. The meal pops weren't all that great, so yeah, refreshing. Refreshingly good. And they seem to soak up, or, well, adhere to the milk better than the meal pops did. So yeah. Cocoa Pops going in. So as you can see right here, lovely colouring of the milk itself. Always loved that with like cocoa flavoured cereal. But the unfortunate thing is that these are getting quite mushy quite quickly. I mean, you've seen that I just stirred it up in the milk at first and then I proceeded immediately to eating those. But they, in the mouth, they at this point feel like they've been like sitting out for 5 or 10 minutes. That's always quite unfortunate when they soak up quite quickly and get mushy quite quickly as well. Now, I never really looked up what the word mushy really means, and I do not know if the, well, received meaning that I think it means is really accurate, so I just hope that this is not a bad word. So the regular Kellogg's Cocoa Pops have been the best ones so far, simply because they were a bit more exciting, I guess. Hey, cornflakes are quite plain, Frosties are quite, you know, old-fashioned, one could say nowadays, and the meal pops weren't great, so the Cocoa Pops are the best right now. But now for something that I think is going to take that crown from them. Little ape with the little, you know, what are they called? Well, what's that shape called? Ping pong ball shavings. I don't know. I have got no idea. But I know these. I've had them before, but I don't know if I had the brand ones before. Like I said, I remember a giraffe being on the thing. Not an ape. That's what they look like inside of the packaging. Yeah, and they've got the same plastic smell like all of the other ones. Dust right here. Okay, let's milk them up. Oh, I shouldn't say that, shouldn't I? It sounds so weird, but I can't stop. Last one. We're almost through. And they look, yeah, they are, you know, they are quite hard. They do not seem to soak up all that milk too quickly. Although we've got some colouring of the milk itself already. Looks good so far. Let's try them. So I'm actually quite surprised. The Cocoa Pops, oh god damn it. The Cocoa Pops, Cocoa, Choco, whatever, they tasted the best of them all. I think they did have the best, these right here, I think they did have the best cocoa flavour, and overall they are quite firm, they don't soak up too quickly. And overall they seem to be just a decent, nice morning breakfast cereal. Really enjoy those. I will have to look if there are still fakes of these around, because I guess, well, Kellogg's is always a bit more expensive, usually, than the non-brand versions from our local favourite discount stores. I think they go well with the regular cornflakes as well, when they mix them like 1-to-1. Oh well, 50% to 50%, however you want to call that. I always do that with the Frosties and the cornflakes. Sometimes with a bit of real muesli with like peanuts and stuff in there, and cashews, and what are these other ones called? The bigger nuts. Shouldn't say that either. Anyways, muesli with Frosties flakes and stuff like that. That's cool as well. But these Cocoa Pops Chocos, those ones with the cornflakes, they could be quite a nice mix. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for the moment. This was one of the most unimportant videos that I've ever recorded, and that's an achievement for itself. Anyway, if you liked this video, leave a like. If you did not, leave a dislike. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you soon. Until then, goodbye.